just wonder what...
If targeting gave Shane a way of fighting back, it gave Fiona a way of understanding why the world was full of so much pain. Later that evening, Shane and Kieran had an important meeting to confirm the scans in Spain.
Of course, yeah. I mean, what we're trying to do is engineer a position from which we can, well, bring matters to bear, get the official recognition we need.
Make somebody accountable, mate. We need to make somebody accountable for what they've done to us.
Yeah, but first my priority is to get an operation and then pursue who's accountable.
Yeah.
So if this technology was removed from me, it would be like an animal being let loose from a trap. Simple as that, yeah.
We've never been in this situation before. We've never had this opportunity before.
We're not scientists.
No.
We're not doctors.
We're just level-headed, grounded people with a reasonable level of intelligence that knows that there's something wrong, drastically wrong going on.
Without exaggerating, we're making history here. Outside Downing Street, where the evidence was.
Targeted individuals' beliefs trap them in a terrifying reality and encourage them to reject professional help. But it's easy to see why the number of targeted individuals is growing. For people who hear voices or feel that they've lost control of their thoughts, it provides an explanation that affirms their sanity. When I first met the TI community, I wanted to understand how they could believe something so improbable. But I realized I had to forget about whether it was true or not, because challenging targets' beliefs drives them further into an isolated group where their ideas are reinforced. Whether or not the program is real, what's more important is that the anxiety, loneliness, and tragedy they feel definitely is. And where society has failed to offer them a solution, they've gone online and found each other. So where are you going now?
Should I say?
Yeah.
I am going to India tomorrow. I've got a flight to Mumbai. Yeah, I'm not very good at doing two things, but speaking and doing things. Sorry.
It's totally fine. I think you're doing a great job. I guess it's a small upshot of the targeting that it's motivated you to stay healthy.
Strong mind, strong body.
Yeah.
Go hand in hand.
Well, I've got the evidence and I can feel this, and everything I was stating before as to why I don't doubt my circumstances is just, it's a fact. Okay. That's it.
Has many names. Gang stalking, mob stalking, community stalking. You're in the middle of this ridiculous, irrational impossibility that is real and is happening.
First, The Guardian revealed the National Security Agency is collecting telephone records of millions of Verizon customers.
You can surveil someone through their phones, through their certainly through their television sets.
The last year and a half, he's been systematically followed by a group of people.
Does the FBI use drones for surveillance on U.S. soil? Yes.
New Associated Press investigation shows that the Bureau has its own little Air Force with scores of planes flying over American cities, recording video and tracking cell phone conversations.
He has a man outside of his house in a hood, like basically like a hood that looks, and we can.
Well, this almost sounds like gang stalking or something. Have you heard of that?
Many of the things that victims of gang stalking describe are also symptoms of mental disorders.
We're not having a group hallucination. This is actually something that's happening.
I grew up with my parents. My mother was a medical doctor. My father was a former rocket scientist turned teacher. I grew up with a desire to be a graphic artist. And then I didn't like school very much, so I joined the Navy. And I did that for a couple of years. Didn't like that too much, so I came back to LA and basically lived in Los Angeles as a homeless man, just living on the street. I had my truck with a shell, and I worked as a handyman or construction jobs that I would get. The gang stalking experience started for me when I noticed these black SUVs and other police vehicles driving slowly along the street, but they never came up to me or said anything. And then I had 7 or 8 helicopters hovering directly over my apartment, and then it goes, and it keeps happening, and it begins to dawn on me that something is going on, and this continued on. Here comes the gang stalking helicopter. Here it comes. It's confusing to humans trying to understand gang stalking. Why would they do this to me? Why would they do these weird, petty little things that, may even just irritate me at some moment? If you were to ask me what gang stalking is, it's a way to slowly kill people using their own decisions. See, we're getting one of our friends here. I don't know if you can hear that on the audio, but we're getting a buzz right now. And on certain topics that I'll bring up, I'll get buzzed.
They're talking different things,
My understanding of gang stalking is that...
Yeah, they're talking about gang stalking now. You really don't feel that that's happening to you, do you, Danny?
No, I don't think gang stalking is talking to me at all. They are not gang stalking me at all. They destroy my brain.
Do you believe that we could find implants in your body, nanotechnology?
No, I don't have any implants.
You don't think you've been abducted by aliens?
No.
So amongst all of this whole menu...
By American scientists.
Yeah, but there's some similarities with what some other people say. But we want to be clear that you're not claiming to have the same experiences as all of these people.
No, we're all suffering differently, yeah.
But you do accept this label of targeted individual.
Yeah, we
you
are.
You don't accept the label of mental illness and psychosis.
No, we are not mentally ill at all. We're just victims.
Or delusion.
We're being accused by the American scientists to put us into mental hospital to, damage our reputation, make sure we cannot find help. It's just being controlled. They control
What do you think about schizophrenia and paranoid delusion? Do you think that that's what's going on? Paranoia?
No, we are normal people.
You're just a normal person.
Oh, no, we are totally mentally normal. We're just victims. Enough. Come on, eat your dessert.
Okay, look at this dessert, folks. Yum, yum.
My experience has started over here.
Okay, that's you trying to steal my wife's dessert. Okay, you going there to eat it, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, stop videoing. Okay, stop videoing.
Yum, yum.
Come stop videoing, Douglas.
Okay, just one last point. You do enjoy some things in your life, don't you?
Yeah, they do make me laugh all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just want to get what they want from your brain. You run out all your brain for them. They destroy your IQ, and why they destroy your brain? They sunk your own IQ. Sometimes, of course, you are very humorous. You are very intelligent. All those things they just use up. They can make jokes with you when they realize your brain is very intelligent at some humorous way. They could make jokes to make you laugh. And actually they basically just know how to handle you, how to controlling your brain. They basically just go through all of it. There's sometimes something really funny, is going on, but mostly, of course, basically it's just tragic. They basically, whatever they're doing, they just use different way to hurt you. Sometimes, they make you laugh. And sometimes they're really brutal. Sometimes they really destroy you, totally destroy all your brain. But mostly, this is really tragic. They're basically physically removing your brain. You are really in a desperate, devastating situation. Basically, they just kill you. They're just very, sometimes a very easy way. You don't even fear that. You don't know they're controlling you, but of course I'm being controlled. I've been knowing this for 10, 12 years. I've been learning about what they're doing, and I think they intentionally let me know how they do, how they destroy my brain. They want to use up all my intelligence, so they let me know. They give me not a clue and a hint of not a thing how I should be thinking, what thing I should be thinking like, which part of my brain should be go further, how I'm handling things, all those things. They just intentionally run out of my intelligence. They intentionally expanding my thinking, try to use up all my brain. And I'm telling you, I'm very, very much run out of my brain. They terribly destroy my brain. And I tell you what they're doing. They destroy all my brain. They just try to make me like a prostitute. They remove all my brain, or all my authentic brain, and they just use that part, use all this brain going further, going round inside your head. Eventually you run out of your brain, and they're being able to, distorting your brain, then push your brain going further, then you just totally lose yourself. How they exactly doing that, I don't know, but because I have a big brain at this moment, it did not say some 1 or 2 hours ago, I was just totally dying, totally desperately asking help. I was just totally in a panic and danger. But now I have a big brain, so I feel more relaxed. That is all this life is like. Sometimes they make you feel really scared, you really run for your life, fight back, really seriously battles. But sometimes you feel quite happy, very relaxed. You feel your life still full of sunshine. That is what they're doing. They don't totally just kill you, I think they do kill you, but sometimes they do let you have a little bit relaxing time.
Very quickly, you see how crazy you sound. I've never been arrested.
Okay, I don't want to say any more. I'm very tired. They just intentionally let me to say those things. They're not scared. I just found out somebody talking about this targeted individual and the brain experiment on YouTube, and they got 11 million people follow it, and they're not scared at all. Just like Iraq War, the American had the Iraq War, nobody stopped it. They just totally obviously invading a country, and nobody really stopped it. And crime is going on in this world. Nobody really stop it. It's just like this. They're doing it very secretly. They're not scared at all. Because they're controlling everybody's brain. They're very sophisticated about people's mind and brain. They're very skillful about how they control. And I have learned a lot of this. I know they're able to do how they do, and the people's mind, how sophisticated people's brain could be. You could see things in a different angle. Seeing things. If they're just about 0.000 m distance from your brain could be totally different brain, your brand new brain inside your head. So they're very sophisticated about it, and they intentionally let me know about it because they want to give me strength to run for my life, I suppose. I'm going a little bit a step. My brain's getting more sophisticated. As the internet deleted all of my brain, I will eventually just have no brain, but my brain's very intelligent, but with no IQs. Basically, they physically remove all my brain. They leave a little bit for you. You feel like, I think this might be not right, but the way they push your brain in this kind of way, they always give you some hope in your brain, give you more mind, give you more intelligence. Then you're holding on this and keep going, and they just making things, deleting things, making things in your head. They just push your brain all the time, make you running for your brain, for your life. That is all this about in my case. They basically just remove all my brain and making things up in my head, and they have a lot of techniques, and they're going through all your brain. My brain's been through very sophisticated process. I have been extremely intelligent and being extremely stupid. whatever, they're just going round and round. You know, there's a circle way they made in my head. They're going round and round and round. They basically just try to destroy your authentic brain and making things up. But that's much more tragic than that. I could not see now. Anyway, okay, I don't want to talk, Douglas. Enough. Douglas, enough. Don't take any more. I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay, eat your pudding.
Oh, Douglas, enough. I don't want to eat my pudding. Can you stop it?
Look, this lovely pudding.
Oh, Douglas, stop it now. I'm very tired.